What's going on YouTube? Welcome back for another quick video. Today we are gonna again talk about something very basic, very simple to maintain, but unfortunately it does often get overlooked, and that's gonna be the pressure that you have in your tires. There's a lot of benefits to keeping the correct amount of pressure in your tires. Helps you get better fuel economy, better longevity out of your tires, which I know I like, and it helps keep you safe because your tires are functioning like they should, have the proper pressure. So we'll go over overinflated tires, underinflated tires, how to maintain them, and the benefits to why. Okay, and we got a couple tips for you at the end of the video, so we'll get right into it. Okay, so one of the things you can actually do to your tire is overinflate it. If you put too much air into the tire, and that actually does have some downfalls. This isn't a situation where more is better. The first downfall to it is that you'll lose traction, because what will happen is the tire will actually start to do like a donut shape, and a lot of your traction and contact to the road will be only in this center part, which obviously is not ideal. Another really big downfall to it is that you'll have an extremely harsh ride. So if you go over like a speed bump or something like that, you're definitely gonna feel it, and it makes your tire more at risk of damage for being overinflated. If you hit that pothole too quick or that speed bump too quick, you might actually blow out your tire. So again, that's one of the reasons why you definitely don't want to overinflate your tire. And next we'll talk about underinflated tires. Okay, so more often you're going to find your tires to be underinflated or have less air in the tires than they're supposed to. And when this happens, it actually puts you at a pretty big risk. Having underinflated tires is the leading cause for tire failure. So a lot of times when you're driving down the road and you see a car that has a blowout, it's mostly because their tires were underinflated. Obviously there could have like a puncture wound or something like that, but them being underinflated is the leading cause of blowouts. So this is probably the most important reason for me doing this video. Obviously safety is paramount over everything, and this is clearly the reason why you want to keep your tires within their normal range. In addition to that stuff, you do get better fuel mileage and you get better longevity out of your tires, which we mentioned at the beginning of the video. But of course, you know, safety is most important. So we'll go ahead and get into how to check your tire pressure and where you can find on your car what levels they're supposed to be at. So we'll go ahead and get into that now. So on the inside of your driver door jamb, you should find a sticker that looks something like this, and you can see it has the front, rear, and spare tires and what pressures they're supposed to be held at. So we'll go ahead and show you how to check your tire pressure and make sure they're somewhere within that limit. Okay, so to manually check your tires, all you'll need is a tire pressure gauge, something very simple like this. Fits in your glove box. You can take it anywhere with you. You're just gonna remove the cap to the stem on your tire, press this against the valve, it'll release, and it'll give you your pressure. So some cars do actually come with a built-in pressure reading system, so you won't actually have to check your pressure manually. It's a pretty cool feature, something you can find in your owner's manual to see if your car has that feature. If not, you have the manual way to check it, and there's actually another indication on your dash, which we'll show you here in a second. So if you don't have that built-in system that we just showed you, your car will have this symbol which will pop up. It'll illuminate. And that's basically your tire pressure monitoring system, or TPMS, and it's just basically letting you know that your tire pressure is low. So you have both those indicators in addition to doing it manually for you to check your tire pressure. So the last thing we're going to talk about before we finish this video are a couple tips, recommendations. A lot of times there's a common topic of whether to use nitrogen filled tires versus regular air. To me, it's kind of a personal preference, whichever you use. I kind of prefer nitrogen just because it'll fluctuate less to temperature changes. So if you're in like an environment where it goes from like 30 degrees at night to like 70 during the day, you'll have less of a tire pressure change. So your tires won't be overinflated, underinflated. And also if you do any kind of racing, autocross, or your normal track day, anything like that, you're able to get more of an accurate pressure with nitrogen. So if you're kind of calculating where your pressures are and stuff like that, writing them down, nitrogen is going to give you a bit more of an accurate reading. Some people don't like it because they have to pay a little bit extra for it. You do also, in my opinion, get a little bit better longevity out of it because it doesn't permeate through the tire as much. So you don't have as much pressure loss over time. But if you are going to stick with your regular air a couple recommendations for that because I've made the mistakes myself. When you go, you will need quarters, so it's usually like $1.50, and you'll need quarters. And once you put the quarters in, the time does start, so make sure that you have the covers for the valve off, and also make sure that your car is in a good position once you get started, that the hose is able to reach all 4 tires, so you're not stuck having to pay for it again and running out of time. But that's basically it on this video. If you guys have any questions, just add them in the comments below. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for the channel. Thank